Is ayahuasca calling you? And what do you know about ayahuasca? Ayahuasca is a sacred medicine from the rainforest, from the Amazon, and for thousands of years has been used by shamans and indigenous people. The last years has been spreading all over the world, and it's very important that we know more about ayahuasca because it's very important to protect this plant. This sacred medicine is saving lives. It's helping people to gain consciousness about their lives, about their purpose, and therefore consciousness of how to create a better place to live, starting from within. Ayahuasca is a tea. It's the combination of two plants, Banisteriopsis caapi, which is a vine, and the leaves of Chacruna, which is a bush that contains the DMT. So the combination of these two plants create this powerful tea that when we drink under the guidance of shaman and in a ceremonial setting where we can travel within us, where we can have visions, where we can remember our own history. There are people that have even go so far into the womb of their mothers, even farther when they were a spermatozoid, for example, or even farther before they came here. There are beautiful experiences that are possible to be experienced with ayahuasca that are life-changing. As well, ayahuasca takes a lot of time to be prepared, and because this is sacred medicine, it all begins from the preparation. When shamans goes to collect the plants, we usually offer tobacco. We offer some things that we consider sacred to the spirits of the plants, and we ask for permission to collect. As well, we are most of the times following a diet, fasting, that we offer to the spirits of the plants. So the brew is going to contain all the healing properties, talking in the spiritual level or in the energetical level that it needs. So this is a very important part of preparing ayahuasca, to ask for permission to the plants to be taken, to do an offering in exchange, and as well how we are preparing our bodies, our minds, and emotionally to be able to prepare this medicine. So it's very important, all these small details for this medicine to really work. We begin collecting the plants, and the preparation can take 3 days to 1 week. It depends how much medicine we want to prepare, and it's usually done at night and with nobody else around. And one needs to keep the pot watch and be moving constantly. Usually you spend the whole night, and sometimes the plant spirit can communicate through dreams and through our intuition to know when we need to do certain things, like put more fire or lower the intensity of the heat, for example. From thousands of plants that you can find in the Amazon, the science is still amazed about how we people in the Amazon figured out how to put these plants together. And the thing is, because in the modern society we are so used to use our 5 senses only. We are so used to have books to tell us what to do, but we are all intuitive beings. We are all able to develop extrasensorial capacities. So from the beginnings of the times, there always has been people that are able to communicate with the spiritual world. And when you are in a connection with the nature, you get to difference the plants that you are walking by every day. In the old times, we used to be nomads. We are moving around in the forest. And with the day by day, we were finding more and more plants. And at the same time, through dreams, the spirits were communicating with us. At the same time, people that were able to listen to the spirits were told that this plant and that plant can be combined together. Ayahuasca came in a time of crisis. in a time where we needed answers, where we needed a stronger force to show us the way to the spiritual world, because it's that disconnection with the spiritual world what is creating all the problems that we are facing nowadays. The disconnection with our higher consciousness, the disconnection with our spirit, is what is bringing separation, destruction, wars, ignorance into this world. And this is why the medicines came to us to help us to heal our spirits, to help us to remember again our purpose here. Ayahuasca came as an answer when people start to become sick. And at some point, the shamans were told that it's time to share the medicine, because in the beginning of the times, only the shamans were the ones that were using this medicine. So they were able to see where the blockages were created, where the roots of the problems were in the body or in the energy, and they will operate there. The people was not necessary to take this medicine, but as time passed and more people became sick, the spirits of the plants consider that it is important that also people start to understand and connect with them. And that's when the permission was given and shamans start to share the medicine with their patients, so they were able to understand what makes them sick, so they can prevent, they can be able to change certain things in their lives so they will not get sick. And now in the modern days that we are living, we are facing a very big disconnection. At the same time, there is a very big shift in the consciousness. It's still a long work of ongoing when we talk about human developing consciousness. And this plan many times is considered a shortcut by other spiritual practitioners or people that just don't understand the power of this plan. We have so many tools available for our personal, spiritual development. And I believe that all the tools and the practices that we have nowadays are helping each other. Plants are just one more piece of the puzzle in this immense journey that we have of getting to know ourselves. Ayahuasca is the scalpel that shamans use to operate into the spirits of people so they can find healing, so they can find love. Sometimes the traumas, the pain that we carry creates so big blockages in us that we are not able to feel emotions, we are not able to love anymore, and we think that we are broken. This is one of the biggest problems that we are facing, the inability to feel love and therefore empathy with each other. And this is what is bringing us apart. And this is what is creating all this separation. And it is time to heal our hearts. It is time to open our hearts. It is time to feel love and to feel empathy and connection with the people around us. This is the only way to change and to do the shifting that we need, species, so we can save our planet. Because we are going very fast to our own self-destruction. Focusing in the material world is not helping. It's only taking and taking and taking. Consciousness bring an understanding of where is the balance of what we take and what we give in return. Our rivers are contaminated, our air is polluted, more and more diseases are showing up at all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, and instead of stopping and asking ourselves what this is being creating from, what is happening, where is this coming from, and why this is happening to us, we just keep running and running and running and running without stop, thinking that a pill will solve everything. Ayahuasca is here to make us understand, to open our eyes beyond this physical reality, to understand that we are not here forever. Ayahuasca means the vine of death, which is a journey to the spirit world where there is no need to have physical bodies. It's a way of dying, but without dying. It's a way of understanding that we are eternal beings, that this is just experience that we are passing by. And this is why this is a sacred medicine. How ayahuasca works in our bodies. Science has found that the ayahuasca vine has the ability of block certain chemicals in our bodies that will destroy the DMT. The DMT is the substance that is the one responsible to create what we call visions, or this visionary state for the spiritual experience. And DMT, which is contained in Chacruna, can then be absorbed into the body and be processed. And that's why it is dangerous to combine it with medications, such antidepressants, such ADHD medications, such pills for sleep, because they create different chemical reactions in our bodies. Ayahuasca is opening us, is helping us to access our emotions, our traumas, the subconscious mind, so we are able to understand what's happening to us. Many times when people suffer from anxiety, it's considered a bad thing, but anxiety is just a sign of the body, a way of our body to communicate that something is happening and something needs our attention. And once we find what is, anxiety goes away. Depression is also a way of our spirit to communicate that we need to find purpose. Once we begin finding purpose, we begin enjoying life because we know why we are here. And therefore, depression just disappears. And life becomes a safe place to be, a beautiful experience, and an amazing opportunity of have every day. Is ayahuasca for everybody? Ayahuasca is not for everybody. First, because of the medical conditions. Second, because we need to feel prepared, we need to be ready, and we need to feel the call to these plants. In my experience, I have encountered many people that come to drink just by curiosity, thinking that they don't have anything to sort out, and that many times their world, their realities gets upside down. And once you know, there is no way back. So this medicine is for the people that is really ready to embrace life, that is really ready to embrace, to find their purpose, that is ready to understand the spiritual life, the sacredness of life. It's not for people that wants to continue living in the illusion of the material. It's not for people that wants the things just change magically without changing the things that are making them sick. Ayahuasca is to gain consciousness about the things that are good and bad for us. And it's about understanding self-love. It's about embracing oneself's authenticity. It's helping us to let go all the things that are not us. All the programming that we receive since we are kids, since we are in the belly of our mommy, cleaning our temple, our home, so we can prolong our lives, we can prevent diseases, we can enjoy life. Is ayahuasca safe? Ayahuasca is very safe medicine if we prepare ourselves, if we are not taking medications, and if we are ready to know our truth. Ayahuasca is not a drug for several reasons that I'm going to share with you. Like, for example, drugs create addiction. It is impossible to become addicted to ayahuasca because the frequency and the vibration that one needs to enter, it can be sometimes difficult to handle. That's why there is the purging process that occurs when you drink ayahuasca, and it's not always happening. It's only happening when there is something that the intelligence of the plants find that should not be there. Normally, energetical blockages, energetical parasites that comes out of us. traumas. Traumas are emotions that are stuck in the body that hasn't been released. And as you work with yourself, as you clean yourself, this purging process change. You don't purge anymore, but you are in a state where you understand that this is not a plan to take for fun. Many times people can drink this medicine alone and nothing happens because it requires certain conditions, like for example, that this medicine is prepared in a sacred way, that there is certain elements that activate this medicine, like the singing of the shamans, where we are calling the medicine, the spirit of the medicine to come into our bodies, where we are moving through the shamanic chantings, the energy, and how we also help people to enter in that trance, disconnect from their minds, so they are able to let the spirit of the plant to navigate, to be there. Ayahuasca, it's an amazing plant. The experience is never the same. Every time is different. And the ways how it works in the body is also very different. Sometimes it can work like scanning the body, where you can connect with your body, where you can feel which spots of your body needs more attention or healing, where you can feel where are your blockages. And there are also stages where you have visions, where there is sacred geometry, where you can also see other kind of beings like angels, the spirits of the plants, the spirits that lives with us but that we don't perceive every day. There are also opportunities when people can connect with the people that has passed to another life, people that has died, in other words, where you can communicate with your relatives, and that can bring peace and relief to our souls to know that there is much more than this reality, and that we are working to have a place and go to a place after we die, and that all depends in how we are living our life and how we are also ending our life, how our life is ending. If we are going with joy and happiness, that is important, and that we can be in a high vibrational space when we die. Ayahuasca makes us aware of all of these different states of consciousness and vibration, where there is low and high, where there is dark and light, and where we can identify ourselves where we are standing at. And this helps people to make better decisions, like for example to cut negative habits with their food or with certain behaviors, and that will help really people to being in a higher state of energy, mind, consciousness, and have the life that everybody I think dreams for, that where we can attract all the things that we want: prosperity, abundance, love, health, healthy relationships. Ayahuasca is sacred medicine that is here to help us. One of my teachers says that in the spirit of the plants, there are also doctors and nurses that are operating us, that are removing blockages from our bodies that are not allowing us to use our full energy and potential to attract the things that we want. For example, we want to attract love, but we cannot if our hearts are closed, if we carry pain, if we carry trauma. Our hearts need to be open to call all the things that we need. So if life is not going good, if things are stuck, it's because there is some work to do. And once we can find what is not working in balancing us, we can start finding solutions. Sometimes people get parasited by spirits or energies that are taking their energy, that are even influencing people to have negative habits, and addictions can also arise from this kind of entities. And it's when we take ayahuasca, when we are able to see, and also to take care better of our energy, and where we spoke expose ourselves in daily basis and what we are putting in our bodies as well. It is so much to talk about this plant. One thing that I can say is that this is not a shortcut, because it is a way to really face ourselves. The only thing that can stop the healing and the progress in this work with the plants is ourselves and our fears. Ayahuasca put in front of us all our beliefs or our fears, our motivations, so we can choose. It's also a spirit that can guide us, that can give us kind words that will help us. So many times in my life when I didn't know what to do, her advice has inspired me to continue loving more and to forgive and to have more patience. The answers sometimes are very simple, and many times we understand concepts, but when we are able to experience unconditional love, forgiveness from within, is something that we never forget. It's something that really is a life-changing experience. Ayahuasca is many times in the media because there are sometimes, unfortunately, people that has passed during ceremonies, but it has been already many researches that has shown that ayahuasca hasn't killed anyone but ignorance. So when people combine with drugs or medications, when tobacco, for example, has been involved, because tobacco is a poison, and it is very popular to use tobacco in ceremonies, in retreats, but one needs to have knowledge and training to use these plants, to be connected with the spirit, to know how to work and how much to administrate. Also, many times it's being not security offer in the ceremonies where people hasn't been checked and maybe people was not able to purge and they could shock with the vomit, for example. So it is very important when we feel the call to do plant medicine, to research, to find a safe place, and overall to listen to our hearts. Our hearts tell us, our minds know, our hearts tell us when something is right, when something is wrong, when something is good for us, when something is off, when we can trust. And nobody can push you to drink what you are not ready to drink. You can always say that you want to drink less. If somebody tells you that you need to have 2-3 big cups in your first experience, don't do it. Because ayahuasca, it can be like alcohol when you drink too much. You can also drink too much ayahuasca, and then like alcohol, you don't remember and you only express what you carry inside. It can be joy, it can be anger, it can be sadness. And the next day you will just have flashback of things that has happened to you. It is not need to push the process with ayahuasca. Ayahuasca works according to the sensitivity of the person and also the blockages. There are 7 chakras in our body, and the 3 most important ones, if they are working correctly, we will have the experience. And the shamans are very focused into open those channels, and those channels are the heart chakra, the third eye, and in the stomach, where we collect energy, where a lot of fears comes into us as well. And when these places are blocked, then we can experience, for example, pain in the ceremonies in the stomach, or just nauseous, or just purging all the time and not really going somewhere, or just that feeling that you are connecting with something but you cannot really pass through, or where you just don't find the love. And this is when your heart is blocked. When you don't experience visions, it's because you have a blockage in your third eye. There is so much, again, to know about ayahuasca. That's why we're sharing these videos, to bring awareness and about this plant so we can use it correctly and we can benefit the most. Because Nowadays there are so many ceremonies. It is important to protect this plant. It's important to use it the most efficient way, and that is helping the plants by our preparation. We need to prepare to come to do ceremonies. We need also to practice more of the dietas with master plants, because that's the way how we can benefit the most from ayahuasca. This is the traditional practice that especially shamans in Peru, we do in order to get to know ourselves and be able to listen to the spirits of the plants. And the goal with ayahuasca is that we don't need ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is calling us to gain consciousness, is calling us to open our hearts, is calling us to let go of the ignorance. It's calling us to protect our planet.